Furies! So today we're going to be painting Furies from Games Workshop. These are part of the Chaotic Beast set. I did not have fun putting them together. I don't know. Very smooth areas. They went together fine, I just didn't enjoy it. I don't know. Who cares? So to lay down some base coats on these guys and a prime and all that, I hit them with Wraithbone first, and then I went to the airbrush, which I have no experience with. We'll see how it goes. It goes alright. So I put on some Parasite Brown first. I did this on pretty much the entire model. I did a pretty good coating of this, so I went over it a couple times because I really wanted him to have that color. Then, straight from above, I did a Zenithal with Filthy Brown, which is also from Vallejo. I went in and did the skin of the model with the Gore-Grunt of Fur from Games Workshop Contrast line. So then I did a dry brush layer of bronze Fleshtone from Vallejo, just over everything that I had done with the Gore-Grunt of Fur. Next, I went in with the Wraithbone from Citadel line. That's just the base layer Wraithbone, and I went in and I did the beards. I don't know why they have beards. They're like demons with beards. Seems odd. Because they don't have hair really anywhere else. Just beard hair. I don't know. I also went in and did all the webbing of the wings and the horns. And the fingernails. Then, after that, I did another dry brush over the whole model of Ceramite White. This is, again, just to bring out more colors from what I'm going to do next. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a mix of Guilliman Flesh and Flesh Tears Red from Citadel Contrast, and I'm going to kind of mix a fleshy red color. Now, originally I intended to put this just on the webbing, but instead I covered the entire model with it. And I went in with the Basilicanum Gray from Citadel Contrast and just did the beards. Again, I don't know why they have beards. Doesn't make any sense. And I went into all the horns and the talons, and I did Volupus Pink, that's the contrast line as well. And I forgot to do the big spike at the end of their tails, so I went back and covered that with Wraithbone as well. I took this time to take Sol Yellow from Scale 75 and just dot in some eyes. Next, I took Cold Gray from Vallejo, and I went in and did their mystery beards. Their mystery existence beards. And here is the Volupus Pink going on the tails, which I forgot before. For the dagger, I'm going to use Scale 75 Black Metal and Dwarven Gold, also from Scale 75. And here we are going back to, yep, you guessed it, Wraithbone again. And we're going to put this on all the base features This is something I decided to do. I went back in and added some spot highlights of the Parasite Brown that was the original color just over top of some of the parts of skin, just to clean things up a little bit. They were looking a little too messy. Next thing I did is I took some wolf gray from Vallejo, and I also just went in and highlighted a little bit more on those mystery beards. And I'm just going to do a really quick little highlight of Squid Pink from Vallejo, just on the horns and the talons on the wings and the tail. Then I took Elf Skintone from Vallejo, and I just went in and redid all the webbing. Just add a kind of a thin, scratchy highlight so a little bit of the color would be coming through that was still there. Next thing I did is I took the earth texture from Vallejo. This is the basing paste, and I just did it on all of their bases across. And then I took some dirty old beach stones and just stuck those into the basing paste. Then I took some Agrelian earth from Citadel Technical, and I just put spots of it on pretty thick. Once everything had dried, I went in and just did a wash of Agrax Earth Shade. Next thing is I took some Griff Charger Gray. I like this color for stone, and I put it on all those stones that we had done with the Wraithbone. And I took the Seraphim Sepia shade, and I put it on the hilts and blades of their sword. In a last-minute decision, I took Turquoise from Vallejo and changed the color of their fingernails and toenails. Then I took Lilith Yellow from Scale 75 and just did some highlights on their teeth. And with some black craft paint, I just did the rim of the bases, and these guys are done. Again, they're not perfect. They're quick paint jobs. The idea is to get stuff done quickly, but they turned out alright. They're not the best things I've painted. They're not the worst things I've painted. And in the end, it's just about getting this stuff done, and hopefully I'll get better at this as I'm going. So, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Next thing I did is I went through and I did the entire model, skin, the webbing and everything with the grower grunt, with Jesus. Now, this is something I decided to do because I kind of thought it was looking a little too dark and messy. I went back through and just added some various spot highlighting of the skin with the Parasite Brown,